we go. Now what's unbelievable to me is that I ordered this on Monday. Was delivered on Wednesday from Germany to California in 2 days. That is what's unbelievable to me. And here it is, check it out. Get out there. So this is what I was looking for. Hack the system, what is this? Not sure what that's about. And they have a random advertisement insert from Protovision. It's kind of weird. But I placed this order on the icomp.de website because I couldn't find anywhere else that's making transparent cases for the C64 C anywhere. I'm sure there's some out there somewhere, I just couldn't find it. So I ordered this a couple of days ago when they finally opened up to shipping in United States. Before that it was only in Europe. And let's see how it looks. Let's open her up. I love, by the way, it comes with this beautiful box. There it is. And it's just got some paper, packing paper in there. But here's the case. That's nice. Little strap, and I'm assuming a user guide for the case. And I hear some screws in there. Yep, there's some screws. It came with some screws in there. So my plan is to build my Ultimate 64 Elite, which I had ordered from Gideon, and I think it's going to be cool. So this is the unboxing of that. Let's check it out. What does a user guide have in it? Oh wow, look at all the different case colors and stuff. So this is just the beginning of my journey. I have to source out all the other components that I'm going to need. I know I need a keyboard. Shouldn't be too hard to find in my spares, but I have to kind of go through those and build this out. So anyway, this is the first step. Love this little strap it came with too, it's pretty cool. And all right, we'll be taking the journey here from this point forward. All right, it's been a while since I've opened this case, or since I've looked at this is the icomp.de by Individual Computers. And case, let's take a look at it. What I like about this case, it's much easier to assemble because it comes in 2 pieces. What I don't like about this case is it didn't come with the keyboard attachment to hold the keyboard up. It didn't come with that 3D printed, so I had to print some of that material or myself, or I was on my own, or buy it online. It also came with this really beautiful manual, this user guide, which is printed in German, but it is really nice. And see, here is the mounting pieces that you need for the keyboard. This looks metallic. The ones I have are 3D printed. Alright, so I had someone 3D print these gray pieces for the keyboard mounts, And then I purchased this little keyboard thingy from Pixelwizard, I believe. I have basically scraped together the parts so that I can somehow mount the keyboard into this housing. And this is how I think it's gonna go. Right there, right there. And then I'm gonna use the keyboard just to show how it would go in. I found a keyboard, or I scraped together a keyboard from a donor unit. And then this has little tiny holes right in here and here that you can screw these in. And then pretty much goes like that. So yeah, okay. Now I'm just gonna screw it all together and we'll call it a day. Alright, the system came with these screws. There's about 10 screws. I hope that's enough. And these little feet. I'm not sure, but it only came with 2 of them. So I'm assuming to go here and here. And I have my Ultimate board right here. This is not the Elite, it's the first revision. Let's take a look how this goes in. Should go like that. So make sure everything lines up, and then the screws, start screwing that in. I also purchased this kit from Pixelwizard, which came broken. So I had to glue it, which I did off camera. And let's see. The little power button I'm going to replace on the side down here. Let's take that out now. So this pulls out. Just got to be careful doing it. There. Just throw that on there. And this goes down here. Oops. Let's get this in there. Problem, the hole's not lining up with it in there. Alright, I've discovered that the screw holes don't line up with these little bolts right there. They have to be removed so that the case can go in just a little bit more. So I'm going to remove those. Yep, it fits perfectly now. Yep. So what I'm going to do is glue those in. I'll just glue those. See the screw holes prevent it from moving in. I need it to move a little closer, and there's no room for those screw holes. This is the Pixelwizard case, and you'll notice they have grooves cut out. There's little grooves cut out for the holes, and it fits in there better. So you could actually screw in your joystick or whatever. Most of the time you don't need that though. Alright, it's not going to take much glue. So I splash on way too much. Just a little bit around the rim. That was probably too much. And I probably want to do these at the same time. Just a tidbit of glue. Let that dry. Alright, now that this is dry, let's put it over. And resume screwing things in. A little too much on there. The hole in there. Thought this would fit in there. Oh, it's not fitting in there. Okay. Some of those, shave a little off, see if that's enough, shave some more off. Okay, let's try it now. I don't want to go too far. There we go. We just got to keep some weight on this. Let that dry. Alright, it's been a day now and the glue has dried, so this isn't going to move. It's nice and solid. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is install this speaker. And I think how it goes, you have these, let me see if this is going to focus. You have these 3.3 volts, you have the transmit and receive and ground, and I think those go on the matching side across where it has the ground and all those indicators there. So I'm going to plug it in there. And then I have my shorter cables for the user port. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. I'm going to squeeze it through here just like I did on the other case. And plug that in. Okay, now that's in. I have the other keyboard mount goes over here. It should just rest on there, and then I have to screw it in with these screws here. Here's my donor keyboard. So something like that. The only thing I want to look at now is my strip, my LED strip. I don't have anything, I gotta put it underneath. Oh, how's this gonna go? I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Has to be underneath. LEDs that I ordered. There we go. This will hold the LED strip in place. Alright, I received this beautiful 3D printed LED mount for the Ultimate 64. And its whole purpose is to go on here and then allow you to mount the LED strip somewhere. You don't want it just dangling freely in this box, so you have to stick it to something. And that's what this part is for. But I had zero idea where it was supposed to go, how it was supposed to fit together. And it has these two parts, and I'm like, does it go here? Does it go here somehow? I'm like, well, how does it go? So I ended up emailing Thomas from Core i64, and he made a beautiful video for me explaining how to do it. And so what he said is you have to take this little hex out. Once that comes out, you can put these two together and use that little bolt to affix it. And I'm going to do that now. It doesn't have to be too tight. There it is. I think I got that fairly straight. And then next what you do, and this is the key I was not figuring out. I had it right. It does go up here, but it slides in underneath. And then that's it. And you can affix a piece of tape under here, like a double-sided tape he was suggesting. To make sure it's not loose or rattling. I might do that. So let's see, a little piece of tape. Just a little, I don't need full length of the strip. Just tear it off. A microscopic one over here. Probably could use scissors for that one. Pop it back out, put it on right there. Oh, I don't even need it that long. Just a little landing spot for it. Probably would need scissors to get that spot on. It sticks to my finger better than it does the... Oh. And let's see, on this one, put it right here. Push it down a little. As long as it's not super loose, should be good. Next, we're going to put in the LED strip. We're going to figure out where that goes. I think we want to go this way. Not even sure if that's where it goes. 1, 2, 3. I only see 3 spots for that LED. All right, at this point I'm trying to do the LED installation, and I realized that this little thing over here for LEDs only has 3 pins, and yet my LED strip has 4 pins, and on the Ultimate Elite it had a set of pins pointing up with 4 pins, and I'm realizing now that the Ultimate 64, the older version, doesn't have the 4-pin LED pins sticking up, and that you have to instead use the user port. And I did purchase this user port LED thing from Core i64. So what this allows you to do without having to solder or anything is unplug your user port, plug this into the user port, plug the bottom pins in here into the user port, plug your LED into here, and plug your cable into this side. Only problem I'm having with that idea, let's unplug it, is if I do that, this cable might be too short. Yeah, so the cable right here is too short, but luckily I do have another ribbon cable. It's a little longer, and I will have to put that one in its place. So that is the plan of attack right now. I'm just going to swap this out. Probably will speed up this part of the video. All right, so now I should be able to set all this up. Let's go ahead and plug this in first. Oops, backwards. Oh, shoot. Let's go ahead and plug this in first. And then unfortunately it has the cable has to loop over like that for this to work. And that should be good. Now I can put in my LED strip holder mount kit back in. And let's see, does that in the right spot? I'm gonna cut this little piece. Don't know how much use it is right there, but push that in, and at least hold it. And I can still move my ribbon cable. And then the 5-volt, it's not obvious, but the 5-volt sticker is on this red, and the 5-volt indicator is on the far left. So the LED goes like this. And it's a matter of how do you want to loop the cable. That's how I think I'll do it, like that. Got my double stick tape right here. Cut that to fit. So I can get this on camera. Went a little too narrow right there. See if it's too long. It's about right. I think that's good. Okay. Real simple, and then just throw it underneath this. And then just gotta, I think that'll get hidden by the keyboard once it's installed. Oh, it's not sticking very well. Just gotta clamp that down. Hold that for a little while, and we'll come back and complete the installation. All right, it's been about, what, 15 minutes. Go ahead and take that off. I hope I don't want to move that. And all that's left now is to button this thing up. Put the keyboard on, and then put in all the screws. Oh, let's go that way. Make sure this is in the right spot. I don't want that cable under it. Good. Oh, there's some screws for there, and there's screws on this side too, I believe. Keyboard. Yeah, I gotta get that dipped down a little. I need to glue that thing in too. There we go. Yeah. There's a screw for this. Screw for this. Look for my screws. That one's not wanting to go in there. I'm gonna have to find a smaller screw. I'll be back. All right, these screws that I found that I had weren't quite working for me, but I did kind of dig some up that are a little smaller. I could drill out the little 3D printed hole and use the other screws, but I'm trying to do something that'll work here quicker without too much hassle. And we'll do it on that side. It came out pretty good. And they have a little kind of a built-in washer, kind of like that. Okay, just something to hold it in a little bit. Grab the lid here, see how we're doing. not bad. Oh yeah, and I didn't put the LED. I didn't put the power LED in either. All right, now it's time to put the lid on. And I got the LED, little LED that goes up to the top, just like on the original 64C. And the other end of this plugs into that 3-pin LED with the red on the north side or the top. And just kind of goes like that. And it's just a matter of getting the case to snap in and putting the final 3 screws in. And not going to be easy, I don't think, but we'll see. Kind of see the under part. Let's see if this screw will hold it or not. I'm not sure. It won't even come out. Anyway, but the hole. Yeah, I think that's holding. Oh, it's a little loose. Which means, to me, it's not tight enough. All right. So I'm having this problem where it doesn't want to go down all the way. And it's because I can't tighten it quite enough, but I developed a little technique that will help. Use a little perfectly sized screw to kind of drill the hole a little bit deeper so that I can use that other screw. Hoping that that'll allow me to use this screw. There we go. Now it's solid. Now let's use the final screw right here. And in theory, I am done with this build. Let's check it out. My little button, power button. My user port accessory. I'll have to test out, make sure it's working. And everything's in place. So I ended up picking up a couple of these stickers here, the black and the brown, but I'm not going to use them for a couple of reasons. For one, these are the bread bin stickers. They don't go on this case. And number two, this isn't an Elite. So anyway, it's fine that it says Commodore 64 right here. I think that's fine. But I did also pick up the sticker that goes on the back, which is the serial number sort of sticker. And I will put that on now. If I can get it off of here. Okay. So if you, go this way, let's just make sure I did it right. Boom, boom. Gonna throw this sticker on right now. It's hard to do over the camera. That's not bad. There we go. Ultimate 64, made by Gideon's Logic. Guess now would be apropos to put the feet on. Let's do that. I only have 2 of them, but it looks like the feet I have will go there and there. I'm assuming they're supposed to go in there, but I don't know. And I don't have the feet for the top. It's gonna raise it a little, I think. Okay, that's fine. And then all that's left is to go test out, make sure everything's working, and check out the LED strip, and then do some comparisons maybe between the iComp.de case, which is this one, and the Pixelwizard case, which I've showcased in previous videos. So let's go check out and test this thing out and see how it works. Alright, I'm about to go into the testing of this brand new build, but what I'm not going to show on this video is the loading of the firmware, powering it on for the first time, changing it to NTSC, loading the kernel ROMs for the character and basic, because I did cover that in a previous video, and I'll put a link to that in here somewhere, hopefully, that you can see. What I am going to show in the next segment is we're going to hook up the user port, plug that right in to the ribbon cable, and I'm going to test out the user port, make sure it works by using this 4-player adapter. With this adapter, which plugs into the user port, you can use up to 4 joysticks, the 2 joysticks on the side plus 2 on the user port. And so let's go ahead and give that a shot. We're also going to go ahead and run the LED strip through its paces. Alright, let's go ahead now and plug in the user port into the ribbon cable. Let's plug in the 4-port adapter. Should be good to go now to use 4 joysticks. Let's make sure we have, let's see if you can see that. Let's make sure we plug in the USB. And I'm going to plug in my video. Turn it around. Go ahead and plug in power off here to the right. And let's make sure we have power. And there's our familiar Commodore 64 screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and source some joysticks and hook them up, and we'll get ready to do some testing. Alright, I have 4 joysticks set up. I did this off camera. I have my Hyperkin Trooper. I have basically a standard CX40, my TAC2, and another Hyperkin Trooper. I tried using my Circa A77, and I had my repaired one that I fixed, and when I pushed up a little too hard on it, it cracked and it stopped working, so that joystick is no longer functional. And then as you can see right there, I have the 2 joysticks plugged in right here for joysticks ports 3 and 4, and then the 2 on the side for ports 1 and 2. And I'm going to go ahead and power on, and let's give this sucker a test. I'm going to push the button on the right, go down to my USB drive, and then navigate down to the game I like to use for 4-port games is the one I wrote not too long ago called Amazing Race. or amazing race. And let's see, any player can start the game. I'm gonna pick up the trooper on the left for port 1. And you can see I'm moving the guy labeled number 1 with this joystick. And now I'm going to pick up joystick 2. It's the only way I can think to do this, just to prove that it works. So I'm moving player 2 now with this joystick. If I move player 2 and 1 simultaneously, they both work. Now I'm going to pick up port 3. So this is the one plugged into the user port. If you can see that moving. I can't see it on what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to pick up port 4, joystick port 4. And he's in the bottom left there, little red guy. And now I'm going to complete the game using that guy. You see the LED start to light up. Well, let's bring in a sound demo just to show that. Let's go to my music folder. Let's play something from the Commodore folder. Oh, and if you stop it, look at it leaves the LED in the last thing that was lit up. And I just want to say one final thing about this particular case. I really love how it looks. I think it looks much better than the Pixelwizard case because it emulates the Commodore 64C because it's a Commodore 64 case. Anyhow, that is my build of my Commodore 64 Ultimate with the icomp.de case. So anyway, that's all I have for this video, and thank you for watching.